Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll explore key insights from a dynamic racing bar chart that tracks the nations with the largest urban populations from 1970 to 2023. Imagine a world where cities are more than just places to live. They're engines of growth, cultural hubs, and the very heartbeats of nations. This is the story of urbanization, a journey spanning decades, continents, and diverse cultures. Urbanization is the growth of populations living in urban areas, driven by migration, natural population increases, and the reclassification of rural zones into urban landscapes. But what sets urban areas apart? It's their density, infrastructure, and the vibrant pulse of economic activity. Cities offer opportunities and lifestyles that starkly contrast with rural life. Over the last 50 years, the world has undergone a profound transformation in urban growth, a story beautifully captured in a racing bar chart. Let's dive into this vibrant narrative and see how nations have risen to urban prominence through migration, industrialization, and shifting demographics. 1970s, the foundations of urban giants. The 1970s laid the groundwork for modern urbanization. The United States stood tall, its sprawling cities and suburbs reflecting decades of industrial and economic growth. Japan emerged as an urban powerhouse, propelled by post-war rebuilding and modernization. European nations such as Germany, the United Kingdom, France, and Italy dominated the rankings, benefiting from early urbanization and well-developed infrastructure. Meanwhile, Asia's giants, China and India, were rising. Despite lower levels of urbanization, their immense populations hinted at the urban dominance to come. 1980s, emerging economies take the stage. The 1980s marked the emergence of new players. Brazil and Mexico climbed the ranks, with cities swelling as migrants pursued dreams of prosperity. By 1985, Indonesia joined the race, signaling Southeast Asia's growing influence. For developing nations, this was a decade of rapid urban acceleration, when cities became beacons of opportunity and engines of growth. 1990s, Asia's urban boom. The 1990s brought a pivotal shift. Pakistan entered the urban scene, driven by migration and demographic growth. Meanwhile, China's economic reforms transformed its cities into bustling metropolises seemingly overnight. India followed closely, its urban centers expanding steadily. At the same time, Western nations like the UK and France saw their urban prominence decline, overshadowed by the explosive growth of Asian and Latin American cities. 2000s, the rise of Africa and a global reshuffle. The new millennium introduced fresh shifts in the urban landscape. By 2008, Nigeria debuted among the top urban nations, marking Africa's growing presence on the global urban stage. Rapid population growth and migration to cities fueled this transformation. Meanwhile, Germany exited the top 10 in 2007 as its urban growth stabilized. The narrative was no longer Eurocentric, the focus had shifted decisively to the global south. 2010s and beyond, a new urban order. By the 2010s, the urban world had undergone a dramatic reshaping. China and India solidified their dominance, their immense populations fueling relentless urban growth. The United States and Brazil maintained their urban strength, while Nigeria's meteoric rise showcased Africa's growing significance. European nations like France and the UK, once leaders in urbanization, had faded from the top rankings, symbolizing the changing epicenters of urban growth. Key takeaways from urban evolution. What can we learn from this dynamic urban journey? Asia's dominance is undeniable. China and India have redefined urban population growth on an unprecedented scale. The rise of emerging economies, Brazil, Indonesia, Nigeria, and Pakistan, highlights a global shift toward the global south. Europe's waning urban prominence reminds us that no region is immune to demographic and economic changes. Africa's urban story is just beginning. Nigeria's ascent is a glimpse into the continent's vibrant urban future. Urbanization isn't just about numbers, it's a reflection of humanity's collective growth, aspirations, and challenges. The racing bar chart serves as a time machine, capturing decades of transformation and the boundless possibilities of our urban future. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Now, let's relive this captivating visualization one more time.